Hello and welcome back to Realm of Thrones. I've actually just leveled up. Hilariously enough, I didn't even go into a battle or anything like that. I literally was just running around and apparently passively I gained some experience and was able to gain a level. So this is pretty nice. Anyway, what I'm actually going to do with this is I'm probably going to go, probably not for leadership right now, even though I do want to get to Famous Commander because that's obviously going to be really, really powerful for us. But I'm actually going to go for throwing skill once again, and we're probably going to go for another point in control here. I'm not entirely sure what's actually happened with my UI here, but do you notice something kind of weird? Endurance is usually here where cunning is at the moment. It's a bit strange. They seem to have swapped positions. I'm not entirely sure how that even happened. Is it even possible that you can actually swap positions with these things? I didn't know. I didn't know that that was the case. I don't think so, to be honest, but it seems like something weird's happened with that. Anyway. Here you go. We have a poacher quest. So basically, I'm just going to go in here and fight these guys. I actually do have another quest that's currently running as well, which is to level up some troops. And this is obviously going to be extremely, extremely useful for us. So what we're going to do also is I'm going to basically put one of my people on the various other units that we have here. And that's actually going to give me some wonderful perk benefits from it as well. And obviously, here's the thing. I've got 5 thrown weapons, right? So this is so incredibly strong. It's actually quite funny that I have so many troops right now because the enemy literally only has 20. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. Usually poachers, whenever I fight them, I'm never usually fighting only 20. At least that's what I seem to recall. But maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm misremembering or something like that, but I seem to think that there's usually more than that, but apparently not. Anyway, nice hit. Look at that. Insta-kill right there. Can I get some more? Yes, I can. Look at that. Another one? No, I'm hitting him in the knees. In the knees. He'll no longer be an adventurer now. I'm very sorry, sir. Yes. Anyway, there we go. That is indeed it. Unfortunate that we run out of projectiles so fast, but you know, that's just how it goes, unfortunately, but there we are. But yeah, otherwise we will hopefully I'm not entirely sure why my forces are taking so much damage right here, but okay. Yeah, it's quite funny as well because I have a pretty terrible polearm here and my polearm skill is awful, but as you can see, we're actually being really, really effective with this. I mean, doing 45 to 57 damage, that's not even bad. That's really, really useful, actually, because it means that most of the time, that's going to be basically around 50% of an enemy's health, and that's going to allow you to either have one of your forces just completely eliminate them super easily, or you're going to be able to hit them a second time and then you'll be able to get the kill yourself. But there you go, there's 2.5 renown. We're obviously going to be getting some cash as well as some loot here too, which is obviously the main reason why we're even bothering to do this. And there we have it. Okay, very nice. Look at that, 1230. Actually a lot more than I anticipated. I actually thought that we were going to only get around 600, but apparently not. 1230 is a very, very nice number indeed. Now, here's the thing. I didn't actually get a caravan yet. That is something that I do need to go ahead and do in just a moment. But I don't have enough money for that just yet because I've obviously been running around quite a lot. And I've kind of neglected to, you know, actually hire the caravan or anything like that, which is sad, but it doesn't really matter too much, in my opinion at least. Alright, so let's go into Winterfell real fast. We're going to become a mercenary in just a moment as well, because that is indeed going to provide us with an exceptional amount of well, extra money, shall we say. That is hopefully going to get us some extra money, and we will then be able to sell all of this. There we go. So I've got 16,000, and now we are going to go for a caravan. There we go. I wish to form a caravan. It's going to be this guy running it, and there we have it. Okay, so he's going to go ahead and do that. Now, I am usually quite suspicious, shall we say, of, you know, yes, these kinds of situations where we actually send off a person that is inevitably going to maybe get themselves defeated almost immediately. I've had situations in the past where I've created a party or I've created a caravan and they 5 minutes later find themselves just getting destroyed by some random bandit party, and I can only hope that that is not going to be the case this time around. Anyway, as you can see, we have nomadic traditions and deeper sacks. We are absolutely fine with not taking deeper sacks. We don't have that many balls to carry, so it's absolutely fine. Nomadic traditions, however, that is obviously going to be a fantastic thing for us to go for. Plus 30% party speed bonus from footmen on horses. This is really, really good for us, actually. Hilariously enough, it's not really even going to be that dramatically beneficial at the moment, because I just don't have that many horses. I don't have enough money to be able to make that work. But it's okay. It's fine. It's okay. We're going to be all right. And actually, what I would love to do is an escort merchant caravan mission or another hideout elimination mission. Because here's the thing. Now that the caravan... Wait a minute. I'd like to actually fight some of these robber knights, to be honest. Because we've got some... We've got some troops, as I said to you before. We've got some troops that we need to level up. And these guys are going to be insanely difficult for me to catch, aren't they? Yes, as you can see. Yeah, that's kind of sad, isn't it? Okay, yeah. So you can see that my... my wages are terrible right now. Okay, yeah. So what we're going to have to do is... I'm going to go over to Barroton real fast. And we're going to have to hope... This is where one of the this is where warband mods actually do come into play here, because obviously the base game of Bannerlord doesn't really allow you to do this, and I'm not entirely sure if it's really easy to sort of implement. But what would have been really cool here is actually having the ability to go to like a bank or some kind of landowner or something like that, and basically just get money. You know, get a loan, basically, right? Get a loan, and then you could potentially pay back that loan at some point in the future. But obviously that is not the case here, and this is the reason why I also very badly dislike the daily wage system. Alright, so we got into a battle against some pirates. Hopefully this is actually going to provide us with a little bit of extra money. Oh, nice. We're actually going to get some relatively decent throne skill, maybe. Oh, no. You see, now this is exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, this is really bad. It's one of those cases, isn't it? Yeah, It's one of those cases where I just go, yeah, I really want to get some throne skill and all that wonderful stuff, and then all of a sudden I go into the battle and then I just absolutely die. Yes, that's the thing that tends to happen here. It's actually quite funny. The pirates seem really strong, surprisingly strong actually. But maybe my forces will be able to do something here, and hopefully I'm going to be able to gain a really good amount of cash from this. It's going to be very important for us to do that, because obviously, as we know, I am having a bit of a problem with it. There you go. We managed to catch up to these guys because they had about 32 troops. Alright, we got some prisoners, not too bad. Ooh, that is an extremely nice helmet. I'm going to wear that straight away, thank you very much. And we've also got some boots here as well. See, now this is exactly what I was talking about. This is the reason why we want to go into these battles. They're so incredibly lucrative. And one thing we want to do actually is take a look at this. No, this is actually not that good. He has no legs, but that's absolutely fine. I have no legs, but I'm a scream? Maybe. Alright, so I actually managed to get a brigand quest. So basically, eliminate the brigand quest in this area right here, and there is a hideout very close nearby, which is where we are currently here, and that allows me to literally go in straight away and actually eliminate these guys, and that will immediately complete the brigand quest, which would be amazing. So if I can just avoid getting absolutely massacred by their superior bow skills, then I'll be pretty happy. Unfortunately, I did manage to miss a bunch of my wonderful thrown weapon hits here, but that's okay, because I can just pick up a couple of my javelins, and then we can reuse them. It's actually quite funny that I can't pick them up out of their bodies, because I think that... I'm not entirely sure. Would that actually reduce the sharpness or something like that? I don't know. I don't think so somehow. I mean, it's metal, right? I don't know. Would it really reduce their efficiency or something? I don't know. But anyway, let's just see if I can get some more kills here. Nice headshot. Can I get another one? Ah, he moved. Oh, well, never mind. And we should be absolutely fine here. My forces are dramatically good now. They've leveled up significantly. And bear in mind that we're probably going to be... Oh, yeah, I should have actually done that. That was a bit of a misplay on my part. When I was sorting out the people that were going to come in here, I should have actually put some of the borrowed troops in here as well. Because that would have actually provided quite a lot of experience for that particular unit, and that would have allowed us to actually complete the training troops quest, which would have also provided us with a significant amount of cash. And yeah, so we actually I don't know whether were you here with me when I sold? I don't know, I can't remember. There's so much time in between various cuts that I don't actually remember what happened beforehand. But well, whatever the case, I sold my previous loot from the pirates that we fought. Remember those pirates? Yeah. I sold that, and we got 3,800 for it. What was it, 3,800? Yeah, I think so. 3,800, and that's pretty good in my opinion. That's pretty fantastic. Anyway, 2.9 renown for that, and we got a mercenary mace man. I'm actually not going to be taking the mercenary mace man, even though these guys are not actually that terrible. They are going to be exceedingly expensive, and that's what I want to try to avoid. Ooh, hello there. I just got a Masterwork Woodland Longbow. That is going to be insane. That is going to be so good for us to sell. Look at this. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Every single time we can, we literally just want to be getting these kinds of situations on our hands. Just literally. It's so lucky, really. It's just luck. It's just luck. What's also really cool is that we literally just completed that quest, as you can see, and our relation with the nearby notables has been increased, of course. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sell all of this stuff. That's 900. As you can see, because of our trade penalty, we are indeed having a very big penalty to that, you know, to our pricing. If I had more trade skill, or I had the ability to reduce the trade penalty for weapons, or selling equipment in general, then obviously this price would go up. But I'm pretty happy with that right now, because that's another 5,000. That allows me to purchase a couple more you know, pieces of food, because obviously if we run out of food, bad things are going to happen. And let's sell some pottery here, sell some leather, and we can even sell the hardwood if we want to technically. But yeah, anyway, there we go. We've got 63 of this. Alright, so in this episode, I actually wanted to become a mercenary for the North, and as you can see right here, they do not need hired swords because they're not currently at war. So that's obviously a bit of a problem. Now, the only thing that I can really think of to do otherwise is to become a mercenary for the Westerlands, and that is obviously going to not be particularly good because we are indeed then attacking the North themselves. So there's a number of reasons why we don't want to do that, of course. However, if we want to earn some extra cash, this is pretty much the only way that I can really think of to do it. We could potentially try to... join the Vale maybe, but that's again another one of those things that I think they're allied with the North quite dramatically, and so as a result, it's probably not even going to give us that much. Let me actually just see if... no, I need one more borrowed troop. Yeah, one more borrowed troop needs to level up, and then we'll be able to do that. Let me actually see here. Can we fight these guys maybe at least? I mean, it's quite funny because there is actually passive experience generation currently involved in our army thanks to some perks, but it feels to me like it's just not working. I don't know why, but yeah. Anyway, let's actually see what we could do here. Alright, so obviously, charm skill, getting to 25, that's going to happen eventually. We could level up our leadership skill a little bit more as well. I'm thinking that we don't really want to go for anything above here too much. Scouting skill could be fantastic for a variety of reasons, because being able to gain experience through scouting skill is actually really easy, and then as a result you would level up a little bit quicker, but I'm not sure if it actually provides you with scouting skill anyway, even if you have a 0 learning rate. So that's something that I have yet to test, but yeah, I'm going to go for another point in leadership, I suppose, and this is the point. Chasing after these robber knights is just... It's a really bad feeling, you know? It's a super bad feeling to have that happen all the time, because what's happening is you're chasing after these guys, and 100%. I feel like 100% they should slow down after a while, because they're gonna get tired. You know, they're gonna get tired, and your troops are part of an organized army that should technically be more well rested, better trained, you know, have, you know, better stamina and so on and so forth, rather than some random bandits here and there. So, you know, I don't know, maybe that's just me. Anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to take this borrowed troop into the hideout, and we're going to hopefully get them leveled up. But yeah, as you can no doubt tell from the previous previous conversation, I now have the unfortunate situation where we don't actually have an ability to join as a mercenary. Would have been wonderful if we could have, but unfortunately not. So we're just going to have to make do with what we currently have here, and well, I'm not sure how that's going to go, because I don't think my caravan is actually doing anything super good right now, which is really very disappointing, because I was actually kind of hoping that he would be amazing. I thought that he would be really strong with gaining us some cash. Wow, these guys just die instantly. Wow. Whoa, okay, yeah. It's actually crazy. Imagining fighting, like, for example, we were fighting robber knights, right? We were fighting robber knights beforehand, and we do about, you know, what, 20 to 25 damage with our cutting weapon. But these guys literally take double that, just because, obviously, cutting damage is not very good against heavily armored units, and I would have to use blunt weapons or something along those lines to be able to have higher penetration. However, fighting these guys, oh, it feels so satisfying in comparison. It's actually crazy how much you are gonna gain just by, you know, having the right weapon type. And that's actually something to bear in mind. You know, obviously, if you're not really very well experienced in the game, then you may not know this, but cutting damage is basically always good against lighter armored opponents. Because, you know, the majority of weapons are going to be using cutting damage. You know, the majority of weapons are always cutting damage. They're, you know, there's swords and axes and so on, and that's it. And then to a lesser extent, you have piercing damage, and then to an even lesser extent, you have blunt damage. And the blunt damage is obviously the highest penetration, but the lowest damage. The piercing is still high penetration, but slightly lower damage, as far as I'm aware, than cutting. And then you have cutting, which is the highest damage, but the lowest penetration. So obviously, if you're looking for a solution to higher armor value targets, shall we say, then in my opinion, the best is to go for a blunt weapon, because most of the time, if you have a really good proficiency and you've got a lot of perks that, you know, back up your damage, you're going to be able to deal significant damage anyway with a blunt weapon. It doesn't matter whether it has a low, you know, low base value or anything like that, and you're just going to absolutely murder with that thing. Anyway, there we go. Look at that. I gained 2,800 actually, 2,800 from training those troops. Very nice indeed. We're back up to 10,000, and you can see here that my caravan isn't even doing anything. He's literally not earning me any money whatsoever, which I have to say I am extremely irritated by. I'm not entirely sure why he is being so incredibly useless, but there you go. It happens. It happens. I guess we're gonna have to see. But yeah, now I am basically in a time, or shall we say, I'm basically thinking to myself right now that the best thing for me to do is probably, yeah, I'm probably gonna think about going, maybe, I'm not sure, over to Essos. But I was thinking of just becoming a mercenary for someone in Essos, because usually they're fighting all the time over there. And if I do that, like, for example, I mean, it's quite far away, isn't it? I was actually kind of hoping that this coast right here would be a little bit closer to the northern coast of Essos, but it seems a lot further away than I remember. But Yeah, I was kind of thinking that maybe what we would do is literally just do this, where we just go all the way around here, go and join Pentos, or go and join Mer, or go and join Tyrosh, or any of these places, and then just be a mercenary for them. But, and this is a really, really big but right here, you know, we do not like it, and we cannot lie, because in this case it's actually a bad thing. But what we're doing here is that we have to think about the quest. We have to think about the quest that Rob is going to undertake. And we do not want to have a situation where we are too far away to assist him with it. Preventive medicine has finally been gained, which is going to be fantastic for us. I'm actually going to go to the nearby town over here. Maybe there's a tournament or something like that. Maybe we can get a war horse or a noble horse or something, and I can actually sell that for a significant amount of money. That's going to be one thing that would really solve our issues here, or at least hopefully solve our issues to a certain extent. But as it stands right now, I'm very much hoping that our caravan is actually going to start doing something. As you can see, he's still not actually giving me anything, which is really, really sad. There is a caravan ambush as well. I actually absolutely love caravan ambushes. I think these are probably my... I was about to say they're my favorite task. I'm not sure whether they are my favorite task. They are kind of my favorite task, mostly because they are very quickly completed. They give you a huge benefit when they're done, and you very rarely have any issues completing them, as in they can be completed in no time at all. You have a very low difficulty, whereas you gain a great reward in comparison, because here's the thing, you're gaining loot experience, you're getting experience for yourself, you're getting experience for your troops, and you're also getting prisoners as well at the same time, which is pretty fantastic. So yeah, one thing that we got to do here is hit this guy in the face. There we go. Not in the face. Oh, hit that guy. Hit that guy in the shoulder. Oh, that guy in the face. That's pretty nice. There we go, hit that guy as well. Yeah, it's actually quite funny. As I say, I'm not too bad with the thrown weapon. Actually quite surprised that we hit so many people right there, but there you go. Not bad, not bad. And one thing I do need to do, though, is I need to make sure that we are having our spear at the ready here. Yeah, these guys are going to be ready. They're going to be prepared. I'm actually going to tell my cavalry to charge in here. I'm going to get my archers to stand on the hill, because I do actually have some archers, surprisingly enough, because someone said to me that the Night's Watch have the best archers, and yeah, that is actually something that I remember, I think. So thank you very much for telling me about that, or should we say reminding me. And this is actually going to be a really, really good thing for us to do, because having the ability to utilize a little bit of extra strategy is probably going to be a pretty decent thing to do, because obviously as it stands so far we've just only had infantry available, so using tactics, quote unquote, is not really going to make any difference. We're not going to be able to do that because I don't have any other kinds of units. So once I do have some additional archers, which I do now, I only have 12 of them, unfortunately, because I basically went out of my way to try to get noble units only, because noble units are of course going to level into the most powerful people, and that's exactly what we want. We want to try to make our army into one of the most powerful armies that we can muster, until the time comes where we may have to deal with, you know, the fellow. Yes, we might have to deal with him, I'm not entirely sure. But one thing that I am actually kind of a bit perplexed by is why we're taking so long to eliminate these guys, but I guess they are proving themselves to be somewhat evasive. Oh yeah, he's got a shield as well. Okay, come on now, sir. Oh no, are you serious? No, there you go. Yes, take that. Take my long pole in your face. There we go. That is exactly what we like to see, is it not? There we go now. Come on. Come on, sir. You must want this outcome just as much as I do. Thank you very much. Okay, there we go. Yes, my forces are now catching up to him, which is great, and hopefully they'll be able to eliminate it. Yep, there we go. He took that other fellow's pole in his face, and he must be very pleased with that. Smile on his face all the way to the gates of hell, heaven, wherever he's going. I don't know. Anyway, there we are. 5.6. Wow. What? This is also another reason why I personally really like the caravan ambushes. They are so good for renown, for everything. I mean, you saw exactly what just happened there. Super nice. And look at how much stuff we get here. It's just such a good quest. It's just such a good quest. It really is. Look at that. There we go. So look at this. We got 1600, right? 1660 for just completing the task, right? By itself. We also get prisoners, get loot, and we also get a huge amount of experience. So much so that I was able to level up a significant amount of my troops. I did end up losing quite a few of my people actually in that battle. Was that true? Was that true? I actually don't know. Maybe it was true. It doesn't really matter either way for me personally, because I feel like, you know, trading a couple of troops here and there for some experience is probably a really good way to go about things. Milk of the Poppy. I actually have no idea what this thing does. I got one of these in the previous series of Realm of Thrones. I have no idea what it does. But yeah, I guess we'll figure it out in due time. But yes, my caravan, is he actually? Yes, he is actually doing something now, as you can see. He just gained us 233, which is, well, pretty awful. But he has started to reduce the amount of money that we have to pay every single day. So I guess that's good. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.